Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run with a longtime Buccaneer. It's Mike Alstott.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made there by Haloti Ngata. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Cunningham. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Randall Cunningham. An 8-yard touchdown run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now to try to add the extra point, the lefty Anderson. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action.
Now a dump-off here complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Davante Adams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Watson.
Here's Freiermuth again.
And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw, Watson. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and goal. Watson. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back work.
Touchdown, Falcons! Pat Freiermuth from 8 yards out. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Looking downfield for Godwin. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Looking to throw. Cunningham. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if he wants to keep calm.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Robert Alford.
And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Watson's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson.
He'll drop this one down to Freeman.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Watson now to throw. He's going to air one out.
And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
They begin with a run by Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it again here with Davis. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
There's a lot of good on that play when we see the big fella take it and rumble into the secondary. But how about the big part of it, taking care of the football? He doesn't carry it very often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get it popped free. Unlike Mike Tolbert in Super Bowl 50, carrying the ball popped free, turnover, and it hurt his team.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Another carry here for the fullback Allstott.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Mike Allstott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the gun on third, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Anderson on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, Watson. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defensive...
Hello, everyone. You're watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, the coach. This game should not disappoint, so sit back and put that remote down.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And incomplete to open things up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Nick Bolton in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to under pressure. They got him again. Cam Chancellor, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Take it at the 37. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Allen on the move to his left. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Following the fumble recovery, Cunningham. Pressure comes and down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Now Cunningham. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.